Valentine's Day, a mysterious love letter arrived at my doorstep. Little did I know, it was the beginning of a nightmare that would haunt me forever. The letter was beautifully written, filled with poetic declarations of love and desire. It was signed with an elegant but unfamiliar name. Intrigued and flattered, I couldn't help but be curious about the sender. As the days went by, the love letters continued to arrive. Each one became more intense, more possessive. The words transitioned from adoration to obsession, and I started feeling a sense of unease. The letters seemed to know things about me that only someone close could know. One evening, I received a letter that made my blood run cold. It described in vivid detail my daily routine, my deepest secrets, and even my darkest fears. Panic set in as I realized that the sender wasn't just an admirer, but someone who had been watching me, studying me. Determined to uncover the truth, I searched for clues. The letters were postmarked from different cities, making it impossible to track down the sender. The fear of being constantly watched consumed me, and I became paranoid, questioning everyone around me. As Valentine's Day approached, the letters took a sinister turn. They became threats, warning me of dire consequences if I didn't reciprocate the affection. Fear turned into terror as I realized I was trapped in a twisted game of love and obsession. Seeking help, I contacted the authorities, but they could do little without concrete evidence. I was left feeling helpless and alone, constantly looking over my shoulder, afraid of every shadow. Valentine's Day arrived, and with it, perhaps a final letter. It was a chilling farewell, promising that the nightmare would end soon. I prepared myself for the worst, unsure of what awaited me. That night, as I laid in bed, haunted by fear, I heard a soft whisper outside my window. Heart pounding, I mustered the courage to peek through the blinds. To my horror, I saw a figure lurking in the darkness, holding a bouquet of blood-red roses. In that moment, I realized that the nightmare was far from over. The love letter was just the beginning, and the true horror of the situation was about to unfold. Remember, love can be a beautiful thing, but in the wrong hands, it can become a nightmare that consumes your every waking moment. Be cautious of the love that seems too perfect, too intense, too good to be true for it. May hide a darkness that can never be escaped. I'm not saying this to discourage you of falling in love. I say this to be aware of the possible